What's up, everybody? It's Jamie with Keene Point of View, the best intersection of gay issues, politics, and Christianity on the web ever. Sorry again for the delay. And before I even get into an apology, child, let me tell you, I would like to feel more sorry than I actually feel for not doing videos. But I've had my reasons. But anyway, that's water under the Golden Gate Bridge now. We're back. Thank you for joining me. And thanks for always, joining me. And go ahead and check out the blog, KeenePointOfView.com. I have been keeping up my writing, even though I haven't been doing videos, but I need to get back into this. Anyway, a lot has happened since I've done a video. My goodness. Eric Garner died at the hands of police on camera in front of everybody, and his autopsy was ruled a homicide, but the cops still ain't going to be brought to justice and still haven't been brought to justice and probably never will be brought to justice the way that the system works. Michael Brown died in Ferguson, Missouri, and I was following that very closely. Other unarmed men and women, black or brown, have been killed by the police. And it seems like the police like being brutal. They have all that power with their gun, and they like being militarized and get off on having that power at their disposal and knowing that internal affairs or their buddy prosecutor will get them off and free from all charges. Like, if there's anyone who has an easy out for getting away with murder, it's a police officer. Think about it. How often do they ever get brought up on charges? Unless there's a video to actually convict them and prove that they were wrong. And even if there is a video, a lot of times they're like, oh, use of force was justified because they were scared. It even gets better for them if they kill someone who is black or brown and unarmed and fully surrendering. It just seems that they really get away with that. Anyway, it pisses me off. But you know what? Like this sign says, rest in peace to our fallen loved ones, because, my Lord. That was political news, I guess. Racial politics and how we need to demilitarize the police and help the NRA grow some balls to arms and citizens, because they were silent as heck when the Constitution was getting trampled on in Ferguson, while the police gassed protesters for 2 weeks after the police instigated the violence. I saw it with my own eyes on live feeds, and I know some people who were there getting gas and saying the police started it. And even newscasters from CNN and MSNBC were there and saying the police looked like they were instigating it. Amnesty International in North Korea said that the U.S.'s handling of Ferguson was deplorable. North Korea. Like, Jesus, are you coming back, like, tomorrow? Because the world just doesn't make sense anymore. North Korea? Speaking of Jesus, this brings me to Christian news. Pastor Mark Driscoll of the mega church Mars Hill Church in Seattle, Washington, said that God gave men a penis and it's on loan to them until men get married, at which time it will seek out a house for God's penis in the form of a woman's vagina, which makes a nice home for the penis. You see, a hand or another man won't make a good penis home, because, reducing women to sexual objects is what it's all about. Brian Merritt, who I follow on Twitter, is the pastor of Mercy Junction in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He wrote a blog that basically said that the Christian church is letting down society by saying things like Mark Driscoll said, and treating women as little more than breeding cows whose only purpose on earth is to serve as a sperm vessel for their husbands and provide for the kids as they stay at home barefoot and pregnant and keep the home clean. Their ultimate goal is to please the man, right? And it's true. Not their ultimate goal being to please the man. Women, do whatever you want to do. But the Christian church needs to step up and start caring about people who aren't like them. Like, evangelical Christianity is on a downturn because of things like this. The Christian church's response, except for all the black churches and a few of the other churches like mine who did good on this one, has been sorely lacking in response to police brutality in Ferguson and everywhere else, and the increase in violence and utter discard of women who actually outnumber men in our churches. Something in the milk ain't clean. Like, men need to let go of the power that they have in churches and be okay with women sharing in that. God did create a sequel. Have we forgotten that? Speaking of unclean milk, in gay news. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, because I got saved 4 hours ago and I'm trying to turn my life around. Anyway, gay news. A judge in Louisiana said that gay marriage hurts families and potential kids from heterosexual relationships. Yeah, that was actually his argument in striking down gay marriage in Louisiana. That argument ain't stand up in the Supreme Court, so I don't know what the heck he thinks it's going to do this time around. And what about straight divorce messing up kids? I would think when you have a family together, even in a gay family, they're a family and they're together. Splitting the family would hurt kids more than just being raised by gay parents. That's just my thinking. At least you will have a nuclear household. And now for my new feature. I want to do a new feature. It's called Bum of the Week and My Boo of the Week. This week's bum, the contenders were two people. first is Naomi Campbell. She looks flawless and she looks great in this picture for her age, and she looks amazing. But she was trying to be a bum for actually convincing us that she grew her edges back enough to have a pixie cut like that. Girl. But anyway, this week's bum of the week is Floyd Mayweather, who said that the NFL overreacted to the video of Ray Rice punching out his wife in the elevator because he got caught on tape. If you remember, Floyd Mayweather is a boxing champion who is very rich and served time for beating his own girlfriend. Realize, recognize, and understand. Bums who do bum things stick together to the bitter end. So, Ray Rice and Floyd Mayweather, may you enjoy each other and caping for each other. But listen though, I'm done talking about y'all. My boo of the week is none other than this man right here. Yes, God, honey. President Barack Hussein Obama, with his caramel skin, white teeth, and smoker's lips. Yes! Look at him dripping wet for us like he was after he won re-election and Michelle and him got back on Air Force One to celebrate. Why is this my boo this week? Why is he my boo? Well, there's this group of terrorists called ISIL, Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, who are threatening the Middle East with a takeover to establish a caliphate, which is like Muslim ruling the world like the Ottoman Empire. And the only thing left of the Ottoman Empire today is Turkey, so I don't know why we're actually trying to pretend that a caliphate would work. Anyway, they try to extend that to the rest of the world after they take over the Middle East. They're ruthless, bloody, and will kill anyone in their way. They've tracked their way through Iraq and are in Syria now and are setting sights on the rest of the world after they're done with the Middle East. Now, President Barack Obama delivered a speech effectively saying that they're not valid Muslims, first of all, and they're horrible people, and he won't stop until they're all dead. This seems to be how you do a strategic attack on an enemy who has actually threatened you, unlike some past bums of the week who ran our great country and picked on somebody who did nothing to them. These bums. In closing, once again, this is Jamie with Keene Point of View, the best intersection of gay issues, politics, and Christianity, on the blog KeenePointOfView.com. Go ahead and check it out. I blogged about this week Ray Rice and domestic violence in general, and the embarrassing and horrific responses of the NFL and the Baltimore Ravens, who are my favorite football team. This is so sad for me. I still support them, but I'm just looking at them with like a heavy side eye. And I also blogged about part 1 and part 2 of my own story of emotional and verbal abuse in my first romantic relationship. I'm finally in a place where I can talk about it, and I talk about it freely and openly all at once, so I encourage you to read that as well. Thank you for joining me this week. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and tell others about Keene Point of View. Take care.